Hey everyone, this is Alex Milstein. I'm the editor-in-chief of Betting News Now, and this is Bet Ed Now, bite-sized bits of betting industry knowledge. Today my guest is Keith Moneymaker. He is the owner of Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More in North Carolina, and we're going to be talking about store count. Contrary to popular belief, the number of stores you have does not always determine how successful you are. Keith Moneymaker knows this, and he's got some great advice to offer today. All right, cool. Well, thanks for being with us today, Keith.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about something pretty interesting that you brought up in a conversation just before this video, which is store count. And so I think what you were saying is a lot of people, they kind of measure success by store count. And that's really, not the way to go, according to you. So I'd love to hear more about that. Tell me more.
Well, one of my biggest company values is perspective. So I appreciate you wanting my perspective on that, and hopefully it can inspire others. It's not your store count that matters, it's your impact that matters. And why are you doing this? If you remember why you started or what you're in the mattress business, furniture business, appliance business for, yeah, I've got big goals. I've got big aspirations. I want to have a bigger business. I want to sell more and I want to do more things, right? But like recently, and I might overshare here, my thoughts have been like this before my recent health crisis. So let's make that clear.
Okay.
But these grinders all day, all night, and people want to keep go, go, go. Like I recently suffered a seizure on an airplane on the way to Korea on a really important family trip for my twin sons. We were going to Korea and I suffered a seizure on a plane and I suffered another one when we got to the hotel. And that was just like my brain telling you, and I don't drink. I'm very overall healthy. I take care of myself well. I run a lot. I've got my blood pressure's great. I mean, I do all things right. And this all relates to being a business owner because I am one. I have business. I've got a nonprofit. I've got commercial real estate. I've got four kids. I'm selling a house. I'm building a house. I'm doing all the things, right? So, but like opportunities are can consistently present themselves, and you don't have to say yes to every single one. And that's where like the young hustler generation that wants to go, go, go. And there's nothing wrong with saying like, oh, I don't need balance. You're right. I don't get to where I was by having a balanced life, but I'm not going to get to where I'm going if I don't start to balance something. Your brain's going to cut. Your brain's going to stop you because
Right.
everybody has a
Right.
seizure threshold. So where I'm leading with that is, like I said, that wasn't my mindset right after this seizure. It's helped me
Mhm.
make some opportunities that I have currently that are in the building process that I'm okay to walk away from if they don't happen. They're not going to hurt my feelings. And so how that relates to like more stores is that we often measure success in our industry. And I get asked often at these events is like, oh, how many stores do you have? How many stores do you have? How many stores do you have? It's like, God, that's the most obnoxious question I get asked. And I'm like, I said, why does it matter? Like, what does it matter for? Like, and your goal is to, you have 30 and you want 40. You have 40 and you want 50. When does it stop? When are you satisfied? When is
Right.
enough enough? What are you doing with those 40 or 50 stores that are making an impact in your community? Because we know nowadays you're not going to compete with price if you're competing at the bottom with Amazon. You're not going to win over Amazon, Walmart, and those guys, right? So, like, what sets you apart in your community? You can be doing way better in one store than these guys that are doing 30, 40, 50 stores. Just as successful, just as happy, and you're staying at home with your family and you're not flying, you're not leaving. And I think we're going to start to create this like culture that's okay with that and that's fine. And I'm a great example, not to pat myself on the back of that, of just like investing in your community. We
Hmm.
created Dreams for All by giving back directly to our community. I did buy another store. I'm not going to sit here and I'm gonna be a little bit of a hypocrite, but I bought another store. But I bought a store in my town that relates to my business. It's a furniture store. So it only made sense. I have a mattress store, I have great staff. We have trucks, we have warehouse, a very local legacy family and furniture store. I just started talking to after the mom passed away, and I recently acquired that about 18, 19 months ago. And it's been a great addition to like our business. And now
Yeah.
we have furniture, mid high-end furniture, custom furniture, and mattresses. There may be appliances in my future. I don't know. But I think that's where it'll stop. And the only reason I'm interested in that is because again, it's warehousing, it's trucks, it's kind of a very similar operations that if I was to take on appliances, that would kind of be my last leg. But on top of that, I can't forget why I'm doing what I'm doing, no matter how many businesses I may or may not buy. So with the mattress business and Dreams for All, we're able to give back to our community tenfold. And it shows in sales and it shows in the amount of people that are loyal to us and the amount of people that tag us on a local Facebook and Instagram. And they've talked about it about these AI algorithms that are localizing more independent businesses than it is big chains. These mattress firms and the big chains of the world, and nothing wrong with them, but as I was told, them trying to use AI to market is like trying to jam a semi truck backing it down an alleyway. It's just like
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Hmm.
I searched AI in my area and had other people do it too for the best mattress store and best furniture store. That's
Okay.
it. near me, and both of my stores came up top ranking, not due to I'm paying the most. I pay $0 for Google Ads.
Right, right.
Okay. They don't look
Organic,
at
yeah.
AI also doesn't measure by reviews because AI Chat GPT competes with Google.
Hmm.
So what's attributing to that AI saying both and both? It's the words in our website, it's our social media, it's our local presence, it's our presence in the press, in the pilot, in the newspaper, and what people are saying on Facebook. It's all those things bunched together that are like putting us there with AI. So I feel like we're a little bit ahead of the curve on that, which is pretty cool to see because I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah,
But it goes back to just like if you're going to open more stores or do something more, just like go deeper where you're at, right? Root deep
yeah.
in your community. If you want your community to buy from you, what are you doing to support your community? How cool would it be to build the business you want and never have to really travel a lot or travel because of work? I do travel once in a while, but I don't have to do it as much and be
Hmm.
able to still have your weekends or your nights or stuff like that with your kids and your wife. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where
yeah.
I've grown up here. People that knew my dad in my business, I've grown up now to where I work with them and they trust my family as a business. So now
Hmm.
people don't tie necessarily our branding, but they also start to tie that person and that person they knew growing up and that child in that store. That generation is aged up now. And if you're in
Yeah.
a community where that's happened and you took over the family business, like use that to your advantage. Like put yourself out there. I know people don't want to put their face all over Facebook, but man, if you want to survive, you got to have social media in business nowadays.
Yes.
So you don't have to tie your kids to it. You don't have to do anything super personal, but people want to face the trust. It's not just A to Z Amazon. Like, yeah, we all know that logo, but like you aren't going to outspend them. So what are you good at? You're good at you. And so figuring out a way to like go deep on your community. So as we're building this furniture store with from zero systems in place, 7 to 8 warehouses of furniture of inventory I bought in an old grocery store. As we're building this, my goal is what I'm starting to see with these operations is something very similar as I predicted before with mattresses that other businesses could do is that we pick up a lot of nice furniture. So my goal to continue to dig deep in my community is to create a furniture bank to go along with my furniture business. So not only will we help people with mattresses, we'll be able to start furnishing people's homes at no cost that are starting over from scratch and giving back to the community even more than we already do.
Hmm.
And that's only going to catapult our business and people are only going to buy from us more. They wouldn't buy from me if I was advertising this ad from Pennsylvania or New Hampshire talking about, oh, you're supporting my business back home. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't
at the
make
very
sense.
bottom of a page, like these big corporate websites, oh, we support this nonprofit. Well, you got to roll all the way to the bottom. You got to
Yeah.
find it in the fine
Hmm.
print. No, be about it, speak about it, talk about what you do and what you support, and people will support your business. So I think going deep over going wide any day. And I learned that the hard way on many occasions, but most recently with the seizure and just like, yeah, just being okay with like, I'm not going to say less is more, but in a sense it is. So yeah.
That's really smart. There are a couple of points that you hit on that really, made a lot of sense. People get bogged down in the numbers because they look at stores like Raymore and Flanagan or City Furniture. And you can't, as an independent retailer, you can't compare yourself to stores like those, but you have the opportunity to be more community focused in a more impactful way. And there's really, a lot of value in that. Like you were saying, there's guys with 2 stores who are doing better than guys with 30 stores. It's just a matter of how you run your business. And, back to what you were saying about millennials too, is with like boomers and Gen Z, it's really price has been kind of the focal point of mattress sales. But when you get past the price and talk more about the community and the benefits of the product and how it's going to help the person that you're dealing with, not just the price tag, you really get to expand and do things like you're doing with hopefully the furniture bank and then the Dreams for All, which you already have going.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense for a small business owner to play to their strengths rather than try to follow the herd, essentially.
You're not going to outspend the big guys. I guess the easier way to say it is that at least once a week, somebody will put a post on mattresses on Facebook.
Hmm.
And we've got several groups around here, many with 50 to 80 to 100,000 people that could be from anywhere, but most of them are localized because it's a Moore County group
Right.
or Lee County or the surrounding, I know every surrounding 8 counties that we deliver to as well. And people were looking for like a mattress or something like that to buy from.
Hmm.
And we'll get tagged 75 out of 100% of those comments. Yeah, 3 out of 4 every comments are us. It's my name. It's Sweet Dreams or some combobulation that somebody's came up with that don't really know. They don't even
Hmm.
know who I am or body from. It's like the Dreams Sweet Mattress guy, Keith Money Handler.
Right.
But all the people, other ones are commenting on that are also seeing that. And that's a once a week thing. That's something
Hmm.
you can't, Amazon, you can't do that. Rooms to Go can't do that. Rainbow
Right.
Flanagan can't do that.
Hmm.
Like I've built, but this doesn't happen overnight. This is a 20-year like
Right.
marathon. And I
Yeah.
bought a furniture store that's was in business for 40 years. So like this is like legacy. And any guys wanting to go out there and start their own like quit worrying about opening so many damn stores and just like focus on one
Yeah.
and giving one mattress away a week. I'll make it easy for you. One mattress a week is my challenge to anybody listening to donate back. If you're in a mattress business or furniture business, keep a nice sofa, keep a nice mattress. And you may already do this on the side and don't talk about it, but it's okay to talk about it because the more you talk about it, the more people will support you and then you could do more of it. So I just challenge you to keep a really nice mattress you pick up and find a family that needs it or a church that needs it or somebody that just lost everything to a fire or lost a person to cancer. There's so many, I'm not going to say opportunities in the light of like people are going through suffering, but there's opportunities to do the right thing. And there's also like 8 out of 10 things that we do, I don't put out on Facebook. On a weekly basis, people are picking up mattresses from the warehouse through our nonprofit for sorts of
Yeah.
reasons, for deaths in the family, for restarting, for alcohol, for lost everything, for can I mean, there's all different reasons. So like there's only very few things we touch on our social media. And but I just challenge any retailer, like add giving to your playbook and quit worrying so much about how many stores you have.
Yeah, that is great and succinct advice. All right, man. Well, I think that's a
Thanks.
good place
Appreciate it.
to wrap it up.
Cool.
I really appreciate it again, Keith. It's always nice catching up with you. We'll have to catch up
You as
more
well.
outside of this video so we can
Absolutely.
talk about some other stuff. You're outside of Charlotte, right?
2 hours east of Charlotte. There's another Sweet Dreams out there.
Oh,
Greg and
okay.
Katie Law on that one.
Are you
But
closer to Raleigh?
I'm an hour south of Raleigh. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm
Hey,
in
we're also
Burlington.
oh,
So,
okay. We're doing a fundraiser, our Dreams for All ninth annual fundraisers this year. Esquire Advertising, I'm sure you know them, Eric
yeah,
Brindley. They're sponsoring us with the venue, the Raleigh Exotic Car Club. So if you
cool.
can, I'll reply to you and add my charity director to it if there's any way
Yeah.
to get some information about that. We're doing it the night before Furniture Mattress Market in High Point, hoping we can capture retailers coming in Thursday night
It's a good idea.
to support, sponsor, or build a table. I hired a new executive director. Also,
Yeah.
for those, one more pinch of advice is that pay people what they deserve. Take yourself some personal, like a little bit of a pay cut to invest in some good people that are going
Hmm.
to build your company because ultimately those are going to be the ones to free you up and stay with you a long time. So I invest in really good people. We're
Yeah.
adding 401k soon, and not many small businesses do stuff like that. And so I'm happy to do that. Yes, I'll connect Juliana to you
Okay.
in for Dreams
Awesome.
for All information so we can share about our nonprofit fundraiser in October.
Yeah, that'd be great. Very
Appreciate you.
cool,
Thanks,
man.
Alex.
All right. Thanks a lot, Keith. Talk to you soon.
You get it. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.